Call me Big Dick Bill Lee.
11-year-old Itachi
Clan did
Shisui
does not because they're like emotions become more
stronger than Annie.
Because like
Fugaku included 11-year-old Itachi. Now 11-year-old Itachi.
Hello everybody, AnimeInsider here, and welcome to our first ever video. Today we're going to be debunking a particular video posted by SethTheProgrammer, as you guys probably saw from our video intro. And we're just going to basically be going over it and chiming in here and there on a few points that we disagree with or feel that lacked context and stuff of the sort. But yeah, let's get into it.
From what we do know is that 11-year-old Itachi and Shisui, before the coup, was stronger than any Uchiha. Like, that was...
Fugaku included.
Fugaku included. 11-year-old Itachi.
I've been searching for a couple minutes now, and I can't exactly find anywhere, not even on the wiki, where it was stated that Itachi and Shisui was stronger than every member of the Uchiha clan, Fugaku included. Keep in mind, Fugaku was a Hokage candidate alongside Minato and Orochimaru, and Fugaku had dual Mangekyo Sharingans, and he was to such a level that he had flee on sight orders inside the wall. And the rest of the Uchiha clan thought that he was strong enough to control the Nine Tails. So yeah.
So he is...
And then there's like all that Orochimaru stuff he did, but
yeah.
It is important to note that the Orochimaru stuff was after a very big Mangekyo amp that he got. Right. So that is extremely important.
Basically, Swag said that it's important to note that Itachi had a big Mangekyo Sharingan amp for the feats that he performed on Orochimaru. And in this clip here, we could see, even if you go back in the anime and watch it, Itachi was using this base Sharingan and base Sharingan Genjutsu for the whole exchange, really. So it's not important to note that, actually.
Shisui is not the same as the Itachi that beat Orochimaru.
Right.
Shisui does not scale to like Sannin level as far as we know.
Okay, stop. First of all, again, while Itachi may or may have not passed Shisui down over the time that he was dead, that's an argument for another day, actually. Itachi just bodied Orochimaru with simple, basic Sharingan Genjutsu once again. So I think, taking into the fact that Shisui also has a Mangekyo Sharingan and other Genjutsus and the ability to fight, I think that at the very least that should make him at least so much that you could consider him Sannin level and not just write him off as not Sannin level, as Swagkage said.
Now, this narrative that he was cheated out of the position of Hokage may or may not be true, but let's also consider that Minato and Orochimaru were being considered for the position as well. For so many people to be so confident that Fugaku was more deserving of the seat of Hokage than either of them, you'd think Fugaku would have to be pretty strong. So if the statement about Shisui and Itachi is to be taken seriously, and they're both even more powerful than this, that would make Shisui Kage level at the bare minimum. Shisui does not scale to like Sannin level as far as we know. So if the statement about Shisui and Itachi is to be taken seriously, and they're both even more powerful than this, that would make Shisui Kage level at the bare minimum. He's stronger than Fugaku, who may be Hokage level. That's really all we know.
Okay, I didn't realize it got worse. I'm off the pause there again. So they actually acknowledge that Shisui is stronger than someone that, like Fugaku, who is Hokage level, or maybe Hokage level in the words of Swagkage, even though he was a Hokage candidate. But anyways, keep in mind that Orochimaru was a Hokage candidate whilst being a Sannin, and later on they eventually went to Jiraiya to see if he wanted to become a Hokage who was Sannin level, but they never once went to Tsunade, who's a Sannin, meaning that they didn't consider her Hokage level. So I think Hokage level is better than Sannin. Anyways, play the video.
There's this like implication that kind of comes up every now and then that the Uchiha clan gets stronger as their like emotions become more intense, particularly hate, because like Sasuke awakens the Mangekyo Sharingan, right? And then he goes and fights B. But then when he's like way angrier at the 5 Kage summit, Karin points out that he's
gotten stronger.
That he's a lot more powerful. Yeah.
Karin did not actually say that Sasuke got stronger because of his hate. She basically said that when she was sensing for his chakra, it felt a lot colder. Colder and stronger. I don't necessarily think those two mean the same in this situation. Play the clip.
Like, so I talked about this in my Shisui video. Like, it apparently doesn't require eye contact, right? Okay, like as made evident by the Danzo manipulating Mifune thing. Like, there's a bandage covering his eye. He's clearly not making eye contact with Mifune.
And the novels say it as well. He doesn't need eye contact.
But then when Itachi's crow uses it on him, like the camera makes like a big deal, and it's all like swooshy, like zooming in and out of both eyes. Like showing Itachi like looking into the crow's eye. It is very heavily emphasizing the eye contact being made.
First off, it's not that it apparently doesn't require eye contact. It is actually stated that the jutsu, Shisui can cast it on anyone within his field of view, right? So that's facts, first of all. And second, just because while Itachi was in the field of view of the Kodo Matsukami Mangekyo and he looked at it, doesn't mean that he has to look at it. I'm making sense to everybody else here? Hopefully I am. Thank you.
My hypothesis is that there are like 2 Kodo Matsukamis, because you know everybody with a Sharingan has like 2 different jutsu in each eye. Even Obito, they like function differently. My hypothesis is that Shisui has like one super powerful one that you just can't break free of, and that's like the 10-year cooldown one. And you have to like look into his eye for it to work. And then there's the other one that doesn't require eye contact, and maybe you can use it more freely, because like people seem to know about this. And Shisui's like 16 when he dies. Like, ow, this like random Jonin dude from the mist like recognizes it when Danzo's using it. That doesn't make sense, because like I said, if he can only use it once every 10 years and he's like 16, like why would that be the encounter he uses it in? So I think there's like 2 different Kodo Matsukamis, and Madara would just have to look out for the eye contact one.
Alright, even if Swagkage's hypothesis is correct, and the Genjutsu that Shisui only has to look at you to cast is breakable, right? Madara would not know that he's in it in the first place to break out of it, seeing as this is like a 1v like 6 or 7 or whatever it is. So even if Shisui catches him in the quote-unquote weaker Kodo Matsukami, Madara literally wouldn't be able to tell either way. So that's GG for Madara, right?
But even if you don't believe me on that, the main thing is it's stated somewhere that even if there's like not like eye contact isn't required between both parties, Shisui does at least have to look into your eye to inject the chakra into you. And we've already seen Madara is perfectly capable of fighting people with no vision, pre-Sage Mode absorption.
Okay. You said that the jutsu doesn't require eye contact, but says Shisui has to look into Madara's eyes. First of all, like I said, factual information, 100% factual. You guys can check it out for yourself. Kodo Matsukami, you only need to be in Shisui's field of view. And we saw Danzo had his eye covered with bandages, and he used Kodo Matsukami to catch Mifune in it, meaning that he would... I can't. This is just fan fiction at this point, really. On to the next clip.
Yeah. So maybe blind Madara just kind of negates the equation, but like that might not be necessary, because the Kodo Matsukami affecting Madara argument is still contentious, because we know that Obito has a similar jutsu to Konomatsukami. The Mizukage thinks it's like the same thing, even though it's not.
Ah, boy. Okay, first of all, the Mizukage that these guys probably are referring to is the 5th Mizukage, in reference to when she saw Konomatsukami being cast on Mifune at the 5-Kage Summit. And she didn't say, oh my gosh, I suspected that Yagura was being controlled by Konomatsukami. She simply said that, I suspect that our 4th Mizukage was being controlled by some entity, and the Akatsuki may have been a suspect. Shisui wasn't in the Akatsuki, so yeah, and like she still has no clue on what that Genjutsu was cast on him may have been. So she's just taking a guess out there.
The Nine Tails is too powerful to just control for a long period of time, even though Obito can control Yagura and the Three Tails for like years on end, right? The Nine Tails is like a few minutes at best, in Minato's opinion. Even Madara couldn't control the Nine Tails for that long, necessarily, even though he might even have Tsukuyomi or something like that.
What? Madara might have Tsukuyomi. What? You know, for the king of power scaling, a guy like Seth really has a lot of headcanon going on. Like I said, this is no longer Naruto. This is Swagkage and SethTheProgrammer fan fiction Maruto, where Madara can use Tsukuyomi and all type of different names. But let's just hurry up, get through this, guys.
Say Madara doesn't underestimate the Uchiha, and he's able to come back to life after dying once from one of his Sharingan. Well, there goes Shisui's Kodo Matsukami, okay? Now Madara just goes to town after coming back to life after dying under its effects or something.
I don't know if Swag and Seth may have overlooked it, but if Shisui, because they said Madara would be able to come back with Izanagi if he did underestimate the group of Uchiha, right? But if Shisui does catch him in Kodo Matsukami, meaning that he has perfect and complete control over Madara, Madara would not have time to cast or even use Izanagi. And even if Madara does come back to life with Izanagi, right? I don't know. Let's just say he manages to does it because he's Madara and Madara can do everything, right? I actually do believe that statement. But anyways, Shisui Kodo Matsukami does not go away. He still has it. Like, Madara comes back to life. Guess what? Kodo Matsukami again. Like, yeah. Sorry to make it sound so simple, but that's really what it is. Moving along.
Say Itachi shoots Amaterasu or something to instantly start the battle, and because Itachi's faster than Shisui, say Itachi engages first.
The only other thing we really know about Shisui is that he was supposed to be pretty fast, and that he seems to have been more well known for this than for the power of Kodo Matsukami. After all, his nickname was Shisui the Teleporter, or Shisui of the Body Flicker, depending on your source, not Shisui of the Hypnotic Eye or whatever. There aren't a whole lot of Naruto characters with speed-based nicknames like this, so if we're being generous to him, it might even indicate that he was one of the fastest shinobi in the world.
Or any of them engage first. Does Madara use his Susanoo? Because the Susanoo then arguably does block out Dojutsu. And it argues because, you know, we have Sasuke blocking out the infinite Tsukuyomi with his Susanoo, and the infinite Tsukuyomi is considered the strongest Genjutsu of all time. So stronger than Kodo Matsukami.
Alright, let's just pause right there and let's just read this manga panel right quick. Let's just see what this says right there. Okay, you know what? Dwayne, would you like to take over?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I can.
Yeah, okay, first of all, on Itachi being faster than Shisui, that's literally just headcanon. Shisui is known for his speed. He is known as Shisui the Teleporter. He isn't known as Shisui the Mangekyo Sharingan user, Shisui the Kodo Matsukami. He is known as Shisui the Teleporter. Why are you saying that Itachi is faster than him as if it is facts? That is just headcanon. And also about the Susanoo thing. Madara being able to block Genjutsu with Susanoo is also headcanon. Sasuke didn't block the jutsu because of Susanoo, he blocked it because he has a Rinnegan. Also stated by Zetsu, who also suspected that he blocked the Genjutsu because of his Rinnegan, not because of Susanoo.
So if Madara has his Susanoo active, then the Kodo Matsukami, which is Shisui injecting his chakra into your eyes, his chakra probably can't go through the Susanoo to reach Madara's eyes. And that's what I'm assuming is happening, right? So if he has his Susanoo active, probably doesn't work.
Well, and the other thing too, some people might be like, oh, well, that's just Sasuke's perfect Susanoo, but Madara has one of those, so like it's kind of a moot point.
I think the argument is more so you have to inject your chakra into them.
Yeah.
And then the Susanoo is kind of blocking that, right?
Once again, there is no evidence saying that Shisui has to make eye contact, even though his opponent isn't making eye contact with him. He has to make eye contact with his opponent. There's nothing in Naruto stating that. Nothing.
Actually, it is.
What?
Didn't you read Maruto?
And quote me if I'm wrong, but don't Sasuke and Itachi get hit by Genjutsu while in Susanoo and then put each other under don't they put each other under Genjutsu when they're in Susanoo?
Yes.
Or so although you could argue
that there's just a willing thing,
they're allowing it to happen maybe.
Okay, Swag and Seth are here trying to say that they allowed the Genjutsus to pass through their Susanoo. They're saying this because they want to make their point that Susanoo can block Genjutsus look like an actual fact. They want to make it look like it's an actual thing that happens. When again, I'm gonna say this again, Sasuke only blocked the Genjutsu because he had a Rinnegan, not because he had his perfect Susanoo, let alone a normal Susanoo. He blocked it because he had a Rinnegan. It wasn't that the Susanoo blocked it out.
Madara can also, I'm pretty sure, just natively, like without the Rinnegan, absorb chakra like he did to Hashirama to suck up his Sage Mode. Because he didn't have Rinnegan when he did that.
Okay, so you're saying that you think he has the ability to natively absorb people's chakra when you know that you can use your dojutsu abilities without having the eye in your head. We saw it when he used his Susanoo out on Tail Beast, but you're still saying that he has this ability natively. Okay.
That might be okay. Well, one of the things that's implied is that he might still have some Rinnegan abilities without his eyes.
You know what? Good job, Seth. Good job. Great job. That might be the best. No, that might be the most factual thing you said this whole video.
Could all these people with Izuna fight 1,000-armed Buddha statue? Probably not.
By the way, speaking of that, this Madara can summon the Nine Tails.
Yeah.
As well.
Fight that Buddha statue to a standstill.
Yeah, that really isn't true either. He did not fight the 100-armed statue to a standstill. Hashirama just grabbed the Nine Tails and put it to sleep, and then hopped on his wood golem and proceeded to fight Madara. He did not fight the statue to a standstill. So yeah, he wasn't that strong.
This Madara, even if you say this that 10 Tails Obito is stronger, Madara more so scales to 10 Tails Obito than Rinnegan Obito, let alone Orange Mask Obito.
Okay, where are the facts? Obito, White Mask Obito, he was able to control all of the tail beasts, summon them, and have them fight Naruto, Kakashi, and Killer Bee. Obito then went on to fight a KCM2 Naruto with Might Guy and Kakashi helping him. But Madara scales to Obito before he scales to White Mask Obito. This is headaching. This is really, I don't know.
Yeah, the scaling is really edgy, but Naruto and Sasuke are like equaling like Ten Tails Obito, and then like alive Madara is like bullying them with no eyes. So
Okay, let's try and make some sense of things here, right? So Obito has the strongest tail beast, the 10 tails, and Naruto has half of the 9 tails, which isn't close to the 10 tails in its full state, but okay. And Sasuke, he has nothing, just a full body Susanoo, not even perfect Susanoo. Something isn't adding up here. I thought you were the god of power levels, Seth. So
Even if you say Tobirama like scales to Izuna somehow, Tobirama lost to Kinkaku and Kinkaku, and the Kinkaku Force. The Kinkaku Force are nameless. There's nowhere ever confirmed how strong they were, but they're implied to be not very strong. They're not even notable shinobi.
But there was 20 of them.
okay, I like how we going with more headcanon here, but okay. So he said that they are implied to be not very strong, but then puts up a panel that says they are highly skilled shinobi. I just want to play a clip right now for you guys. Okay, let it roll.
It might not be a total exaggeration to say that if these men and legends were considered gods in their crafts, that Tobirama is the pioneer of the gods. For the most part, and I used to be guilty of this, the biggest downplay of Tobirama tends to be his 2 losses to Kinkaku and Ginkaku, one being during the summit when he was ambushed with the second Raikage, and the other when he was on mission with a young Danzo and Hiruzen and ended up being hunted down by the Kinkaku force. I just want to come out and say, this is not an anti-feat.
Tobirama lost to Kinkaku and Kinkaku, and the Kinkaku Force. The Kinkaku Force are nameless. There's nowhere ever confirmed how strong they were, but they're.
The biggest downplay of Tobirama tends to be his 2 losses to Kinkaku and Ginkaku, one being during the summit when he was ambushed with the second Raikage, and the other when he was on mission with a young Danzo and Hiruzen and ended up being hunted down by the Kinkaku force. I just want to come out and say, this is not an anti-feat. Now imagine Tobirama potentially having to brawl with both of them in their transform states, or even both of them in their transform states alongside their entire platoon of 20 elite shinobi, and you can see why his death or heavy damage that caused his death is justified. Now, I'll go into his scaling with Suigetsu later, but during the mission where he was hunted by the Kinkaku force, he may have also not actually have been at full power as well, as it's implied they were already out on a mission then started getting tracked by them. They were also all physically scuffed, which is saying something considering the squad that he's on is seriously packed with Danzo, Hiruzen, and Tobirama in their youth.
Alright, that's enough for one day. I think we're gonna stop there. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more anime related topics. We do top 10s, discussions, rankings, all the stuff of the sort. Or even if you have a video idea of your own, be sure to leave it in the comment section. We'll take a look at it and maybe even do it, who knows. But yeah, that's all for now. See you guys next time. Peace out.